Regret is such an underexplored emotion, and I struggle with this too. But I've felt like I've built on it, and it's made me such a better person because of it. So 4 years ago, when I was a freshman in high school, I had so many regrets. The way I acted, the way I looked, the way I didn't want to improve, and then I was comfortable in the way that I was living, even though it was awful. In the moment, I knew it was awful. I see myself now, and I see myself then. I have this huge regret that eats me up inside. That if I fully dove into it, it would consume my mental health and it would make me absolutely depressed because what was I doing then? Why wasn't I doing anything productive? And these thoughts keep eating me up and they eat me up. And it isn't useful in the sense where you allow that to happen because there is absolutely nothing you're able to do and change the past. But the way you are able to see it is you are able to let those thoughts eat you up a little bit. You want to let them linger in your mind just a tad. So you will understand how it would be feeling for your future self if you did things you regret. And another issue with that people bring up is that your future self, you don't know what you're going to regret and what you're not. So unless you're doing things awful and you know it, I mean, everyone does things that they know aren't the best or they know they could be doing better, and that's kind of what you have to focus on. And if you focus on that and in the future you still regret it, there's nothing you could really do because in the moment you thought it was the best option for you to improve. And if you're always doing the best option for you to improve, you can't regret that in your life. And you won't regret that in your life if you think critically about it. Because at the moment you thought it was the absolute best thing you could do. At the moment, and 4 years I regret it. In that moment, I'm probably doing the best thing I thought I would do. And eventually, I'm going to do something, hopefully, that is absolutely amazing. And it fills me with so much purpose in my life. Maybe it could be this. I know me personally, there's two people right here. I'm looking at their comments, Leo and Martin. Both of them comment, and that just brought me so much fulfillment. I checked my channel, I was like, oh shit, I got some views. Oh, I got some comments. Let me read them, and it honestly was this amazing thing. I was happy for so long, and it brought me purpose. Maybe that'll be this. Maybe in a few months, I realize this isn't my purpose. This isn't what I want to do for the rest of my life, or that I am unable to do it for the rest of my life. But I'm going to put 100% into it because right now I think it is good for me to be doing this. I think it builds my confidence. I think it helps me speak better. It helps me understand a bit more about content creation in a realm I'm not really fully specific in. And it has the chance to fulfill something that I've wanted to do since I was a little kid, which is be a YouTuber. I don't know if that's something I really wanted to do or I just did it because I watched a lot of YouTube and I grew up with Preston Plays and Asian Canadian and all that Minecraft stuff. I don't really know what it is, but it could be what I really wanted to do. So might as well try it because it would be a disservice to me in the future if I didn't do everything in this moment to be the best person I could. It would. And I think people live in a sense where they're scared of having regrets, so they think living the most idealized lifestyle on either social media or what on the day to day, the entire partying, doing all that because it's fun now and later. People look back and they have stories because of it, and it brings them some sense of easy fulfillment because it's common. People go for things that are commonly fulfilled. I just came up with that then, but people are always going for these common fulfillments and thinking that it's the best option when it isn't because it's common and you are a unique person. So you have to go for things that fulfill you and that are the best for you, which some of those might be the common things like going to the gym, understanding more of the world, whether that be through school books or just watching YouTube or however you want to do it. But deeper into that, you should be focusing on something that isn't common. There's not for me, there's not too many people that are trying to start a channel like this and be super consistent with it and try to spread a positive message because I believe my purpose at this moment is to help others in some sort of way. And I'm trying it through recording myself. And maybe yours is something completely different from mine, and that's completely okay. Because why would I judge you if you are feeling fulfilled and your life feels fulfilled from this, and you believe you won't have regrets if you do it what these common things, and they know it deep down. Like I've gone to the root, not like the comment, oh, blah blah blah. What do you think about doing it? Why are you going to all these parties? They know it's not the best for them, but they don't know what else to do. And the only thing with that is you just have to try things. Like you have to go up, sit there, try. Like to start, I recorded a chess video, which was really bad for that. I'm looking at this 2 days later, 3 days later. I know it's awful. I knew it was awful when I was doing it, but I just tried it because like I wanted to start. And then I was like, let me get a camera. Let me try this. Let me, even though I have fears for it, let me try it because I regret not doing it in the future because it was an idea I had. And then before that, I tried like doing like clipping on TikTok. I tried starting like different businesses. I started doing like a bunch of things because I thought in the moment it was the best thing. I've learned from them, or I found some fulfillment in them, and thought, maybe I should do something else in a broader category. Like let's say I like try like TikTok, and then I'm like, well, I do like this. It does give me fulfillment, but not really. It's not mine. I know that's not going to be something I want to do for the rest of my life. So then I do something like this, where it's still around media, but it's a completely different idea from it. And I think people are scared of regret, so they just ignore it. They ignore the idea of having regrets, and they want to live a life without regret. But they don't know what that is going to look like because it's everyone's first time living. So they kind of block it out, and when they feel regret, they try to replace it with something else. Because that's something I'm big on, replacing it. Nothing goes away; it can only be replaced. And I think that's the issue. I think regret is such an underexplored emotion, and that people should sit there, stare at a wall, think of their biggest regrets, why that's their regrets, and then think of the root cause of it. Not to a point of getting consumed, but just to a point